Now let's trace the journey of climate change. First, it was the responsibility of activists. They had their small protests and meetings. Then it became the people's responsibility. So we got electric cars, we got sustainable products. Soon we realized that governments too can make a difference. Their laws can cut greenhouse emissions and legalize green alternatives. And when the governments fell short, courts started stepping in. Today, climate litigation is extremely common. Citizens are taking their governments to court. Judges are pulling up ministers for reckless approvals and policies. Our next report is about one such landmark ruling in Australia.
Inactive government equals student activism. That's what it says on this young girl's placard. She is one of 8 teenagers who sued the Australian government. What did they want? Clean air and green surroundings. Hanging in the balance was Australia's big-ticket project, the Vickery mine in New South Wales. The owners were seeking permission to expand the mine, but that's when the children stepped in. They filed a lawsuit demanding the proposal be scrapped. Thursday was their day in court. It was a day of mixed feelings, because the judge ended up throwing out the lawsuit, but not before he pulled up the government.
Having weighed and balanced those considerations, the court is satisfied that a duty of care should be recognised. Accordingly, the court has determined that the minister has a duty of care to take reasonable care not to cause the children personal injury when exercising her power under Section 130 and 133 of the EPPC Act to approve or not approve the extension project.
It's a landmark ruling in Australia. The court has basically told the government every project you approve adds to climate change. So take some responsibility. This puts the Environment Minister on the spot. Accountability to the cabinet is one thing, accountability to a whole generation is unheard of.
It is a historic judgment. The court has found that the minister owes a duty of care to younger children, to vulnerable people, and that duty says that the minister must not act in a way that causes harm, future harm of climate change to younger people.
This judgment could set a global precedent. More and more countries are suing their government over climate change. There have been lawsuits in India, Britain, Indonesia and South Africa. Most of them inconclusive. But ministerial accountability may be the only way to get things done. Because climate change is not a faraway threat anymore. It is already here. Look at the subcontinental cyclones, for instance, Yas and Tauktae. 2 in the space of a week. Experts say climate change is making cyclones more common and also more ferocious. Cyclones draw energy from warm waters. Thanks to global warming, our seas are hotter than ever. This means climate change could soon cause visible destruction. Stronger winds, stronger rains, and more flash floods. So the world needs to start re-evaluating disaster preparedness. It is not just about evacuation drills anymore. We cannot afford supercharged hurricanes and cyclones. And to keep them in science fiction, climate action needs to be legalized. If a finance minister can be fired for a recession, why not fire an environment minister for rising temperatures? Bureau Report, WION. World is one.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.